To the 99th PGA Championship from Quail Hollow Club. Pleased by the current leader of the PGA Championship, Kisner. Kevin, for the second straight day, posted a 67. And as I said, he's the leader at 8 under par with 134. Today's round included an eagle on the par 5 7th, 3 birdies, all of which came on the backside, and he had 1 bogey. So Kevin, last night you told us you had to birdie holes 7, 8, but you went 3 under on those. Sufficient for yourself?
Yeah, those are my 3 under next 2 days and take that. So hit the golf ball, hitting it in the fairway a lot, which is huge.
What course conditions you see out there today, and were they any different from what you experienced yesterday afternoon?
If anything, the greens are getting a little firmer, which is pretty incredible. I'm 4 iron on the last hole, went 30 paces from land to finish. So they're extremely firm. You got to be in the fairway to be able to get it on the green. And who knows, if this rain holds off and doesn't stay around, I can't imagine how much firmer they can get.
Okay, let's hit the floor here for some questions. I guess we'll start with number 2, Patrick, on our left.
Thank you.
Please.
Hey, Kevin, Patrick, CNN World Sport. Congratulations, in great position. Take us inside your mind. 8 under par going into the weekend, particularly on this demanding course, this demanding setup. What's the mindset, but the whole range of emotions going into the weekend now?
I'm just excited about the opportunity. I'm really fired up by the way I'm hitting the golf ball. I hadn't hit it this well this whole summer. A lot of average finishes, so when I start hitting it the way I am now, I play well. So I'm looking forward to the weekend and having an opportunity to keep making birdies and playing well.
Follow up over.
More anxious than nervous, really. Ready to, if we got to tee off at 2 o'clock, I'll be bored to death by then, ready to go play. So, I mean, I'm sure there'll be nerves in there, but that's what we play for and that's what we practice for.
Number 1 right here in the front, Rex, please.
You said you saw 4 birdie holes. Did you see an eagle hole?
I did when that thing wrecked the flag and went in.
Going to your game plan this week, when you saw the 4 birdies, first time you saw the golf, the way you wanted it to happen differently?
That's kind of how I attack it. Obviously, the greens aren't as firm during that. Anytime I can get a wedge in my hand or a par 5 that I can reach, I feel like I have to make birdie. And those are the holes here that are allowing me to have that opportunity.
Let's shoot back number 3, please.
Did you spend much time here growing up? Do you have many ties to Charlotte? And also, I'm curious, you were born in Aiken. Golfers might, Florida or something. What do you so like so much about your hometown?
The Charlotte piece, I've spent every Thanksgiving and Christmas in Charlotte from childhood to marriage. So I've been here. Grandfather was a founding member here. He's still a member here. We spent a lot of time in Charlotte. My 93-year-old grandmother still lives here by herself. So we're here all the time. We're only 2 hours away. On the Aiken piece, when I was playing the mini tours and was broke, that was the only place I could afford to buy a house, so I went back there. And I just love it. I got a bunch of good core group of friends that we hang out with that don't pester me about golf, and we hang out and have a couple beers on the back porch. That's what I love about it.
Let's go to number 1 right here, please.
Kevin, considering the way you have played the last few years, you were not surprised to be in this position. Is this where you expect to be?
So far in my career, I feel like I have the game to compete in. So, but every year you learn more about the majors and how to approach them. It's different, joking and trying to figure out how to do your preparation for that.
get recognized in airports from time to time, and what sorts of things do people ask you?
Yeah, we get recognized. I don't wear my Callaway hat at the airport much, but people always want to know about golf and family. Most of the time I'm dragging a 3-year-old. Most of the time people are trying to help us. He's a great bunch of people, and they're knowledgeable, and that's the best part.
Follow up here.
From you?
Say again?
Do people want golf tips from you?
Nah, not really. Most of them want me to come play with them somewhere, and I tell them that I on my casual time.
4, straight back on the left.
Kevin, how did you earn the reputation of being such a ferocious competitor?
I'm not sure. I guess beating up on people on Tuesday. I've always played other sports throughout my life, and I've never been the biggest guy, so I had to find a way to get things done, and that's why I play golf now, is I was better than everybody else at golf. So I like beating people, and I like competing.
Number 3, straight back here.
Hey, Kevin, congratulations on your position to this point. Much has been said about your ability to read these greens, in particular, when a lot of other pros are struggling. Do you feel that gives you an edge going into the weekend?
Yeah, 100%. I've made a ton of great putts for par. Comfortable on the reads, and speed's been great, which is great holding speed. And we're 100% agreement almost every time, so that's a lot of confidence right there.
Unlike some of the young players today on tour, you actually look like you had to go through the process of learning how to win on tour. What did you learn about how to become a winner, and how is that applicable necessarily to a major?
Yeah, I've kind of processed my whole career in that stage. I've played the mini tours, learned how to win there, played the web.com tour, learned how to win there, and then the PGA Tour, learned how to win there. So the next step is competing and winning in the major championships. I think a big step is just understanding that no lead's safe, and I think that's one of the biggest things people don't understand is how good the guys play coming down the stretch, and you got to continue to make birdies, and you can't just expect that somebody's going to hand you the tournament out here.
Far right, number 3.
Kevin, what do you do in your off time to get away from golf? Anything? 2 or 3 things you really enjoy doing to get your mind off this?
I love to just go home and hang out with my buddies in the country, go out where there's no cell phone service, and spend that. Just get away from it. That's my favorite part. I love my core group of friends at home that they don't ask me why it cost me 20 grand or anything like that, and that's why I hang out with them. They're a bunch of good dudes, and I'm sure they'll be up here having a big time this weekend.
Way back, number 2.
Hey, Kevin, with your connection to this club, I mean, is this a major that you had been eyeing for a long time? And if it was, how good does it feel to be performing the way you have so far?
Well, I look forward to see it's close to home, and I love the greens, and I just wasn't sure what they were going to do with the changes. So I came up a month ago and played, and long. I don't know how we're going to compete, but we've been fortunate that it's dried out, and my tee balls are actually getting some roll, and I'm hitting a lot less irons into the greens than I expected. So if I can get a 6 or 7 iron in my hand, I like my chances around here.
4, straight back.
Hi, Kevin. Rory commented the course is playing about 3 strokes more than the Wells. Sure hasn't been that way for you. Can you comment on that, please? Thank you.
Well, I think 1 or 3 shots right there. Putting a wedge birdie hole. 5 was a birdie hole. Now it's 4 is a bogey hole, and 5 is a good golf hole. So that's 3 shots right there in the first 5 holes. The way I've kind of dissected it is the first 5 or 6 holes, if you can escape those, you can play.
One on our right.
Kevin, you mentioned that you played all other sports. Which was the best of the sports, and how does it affect your golf?
Well, team atmosphere. I played basketball all the way till 9th grade. Football field, but I was a pretty good passer in basketball and kind of a competitor in that sport. I could play good defense, but obviously, I'm 10, 160 pounds. I'm not going to do anything in that. So my basketball coach.
Number 1, please.
Kevin, you made the point already that it took you a while to get out here. When did you feel like you did belong? You had a lot of second place finishes for a while. When did you feel like you belonged and that you could be a winner out here and win major championships?
Probably 2013-14 when I got back after the Web.com tour and I started work with John Tillery. I started to, I never was a great ball striker, and I came out here and saw how well other guys hit it, and I got no chance the way I'm hitting it. So forward and laid out and got with the long game. That's when I knew, probably 14, and then I had a great year in 15.
Couple more. Let's start at number 2 over on the left.
Kevin, Brooks Koepka gave us some great insight. Overcomplicate things. They don't keep things simple, which I thought was really kind of taking his approach. Can you give us some similar words of wisdom to sum up your approach to the majors and golf in general?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's just golf, right? I got to hit my tee ball where I'm trying to look. If I don't, I got to figure out how to get the ball in the hole the fastest. And I think too much prep goes into these things, and guys work too hard to try to figure out golf courses instead of just getting the ball in the hole. That's more the mindset. Things aren't so hard to look at out there. It's then. No, they're really hard. How about that to start? They're not a whole lot of fun unless you're everything's working out for you. We've seen a lot of low scores in majors. There's been a lot of birdies, so you gotta as the guys are making birdies, and the old mindset of pars are good is kind of out the window, and you got to be able to attack when you can. Is my big deal in majors, and you got to be comfortable putting 3, 4, 5 footers for par on the holes that attack. And I think that's a big deal. Thanks.